Born James Marshall Hendrix in Seattle on November 27, his childhood was filled with hardship and tragedy, from living with different relatives after his parents' divorce, to the death of his mother when he was just 15. It was around this time that Hendrix picked up his first guitar, an acoustic, for $5 and began practicing. Soon he was skipping school, moving in and out of bands, stealing cars, and avoiding jail time by enlisting in the Army in 1961. Discharged shortly after, Hendrix joined his Army friend bassist Billy Cox and began touring around and playing for a collection of artists including Jackie Wilson and Sam Cooke, and was playing with Little Richard and the Isley Brothers by the mid-1960s before forming the Blue Flames as Jimmy James. By 1966, Hendrix was signed by the Animals manager Michael Jeffrey and began piecing together the Jimi Hendrix Experience with bassist Noel Redding and drummer Mitch Mitchell, and released their first single Hey Joe, and debut Are You Experienced by 1967. Following the last show with the Experience on June 29, 1969, Hendrix regrouped with Cox and formed Gypsy Sun and Rainbow's, later called Band of Gypsies, as his addiction to heroin was getting stronger. The band played Woodstock and closed the festival with the Star-Spangled Banner, and Hendrix eventually reformed the Experience again without Redding. Hendrix played his final show with the Experience at Temple University in Philadelphia. At this point his performances were lacking due to substance abuse, and by the time he played his final show ever on September 6, 1970, at the open-air Love and Peace Festival in Fehmarn, Germany, the band was booed. Attempting to play between a torrential downpour and high winds, a belligerent audience spurred by Hell's Angels were making conditions to perform less than idyllic before he pulled in the crowd with an electrified rendition of Howlin Wolf's 1964 anti-love blues song Killing Floor. The last song that the band performed in their 13-song set was Voodoo Child Slight Return. On September 11, 1970, Hendrix gave his final interview at the Cumberland Hotel in London with the record Mirror. Already suffering from poor health due to an incessant bout of influenza and exhaustion from work, nearly 2 weeks after his final show with the Experience, Hendrix was found dead in the apartment of his girlfriend Monica Danman at the Samarkand Hotel in Notting Hill, just 2 days shy of his 28th birthday. The musician died from an overdose of alcohol and sleeping pills, according to the police report. An autopsy concluded that Hendrix aspirated his own vomit and died of asphyxia while intoxicated with barbiturates.